guys, so today just went through a quick video on update on some things going on with the vet, but also I'm finally had some time to start on the headlight project. I had bought a pair of Enzo style headlights that you get them from Amazon, eBay headlights. I always like the design of them, kind of generic looking, I ain't gonna lie to you. Enzo is the one that everybody buys, and I think they're like $800, something like that, but you can get them on the same type for like $4.99 on Amazon. I ended up picking mines up like last year for dirt cheap. I got them for like $280. So I bought them, and I took them apart. The first thing I did was took them apart. I got a video on that too. And I taped like all of the wiring inside, because you can clearly see the wiring when you it had the projector. A lot of the wiring ran under the projector. You can see the wire in the projector, and I just did not like that. So I taped it all black, and from the bottom, from where you take out the HID ballast. So fast forward a few months later, I was driving. On the back of it, I had a headlight, a turn signal bulb that had it wasn't like one of those you twist out. It was like one you just press in. It was rubber. I guess what happened was it popped out, and it was raining really bad. So I was driving one day, and I literally went to go to the store and came out, saw one of my headlights was just covered in mud. I was like, ah. So I said, I gotta take these headlights apart. So I took the headlight apart. I was saying, you know what, since I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and do some upgrades to the headlights. Fast forward to today, I just finally decided to sit down and start working on it. I wanted to show you guys what I did so far. So, thing first, I'm working on putting a G5. I took out that cheap ass. It comes with this cheap ass projector that's literally just like that one. I mean, it's a D2, it's a D1S projector, but it's a lot to be desired. When you can even compare it to this is a knockoff G5 NH. This is a G5-R projector, and it's a knockoff. But even though it's a knockoff, it's so much better quality than the one that came out of here. And I noticed when I was driving with them headlights, it would put an okay light, but it didn't have a nice. The cutoff was terrible. It just didn't. It looked just like the light just wasn't light. It just wasn't a good light. So I wanted to upgrade it since I had it apart. So, all right. So here's a quick comparison of the ones that came out of the headlight. It's called a G5-R projector lens. Granted, these are not real like G5s from, Morimoto or a name brand company. These are just from eBay brand one. But even comparing the two, it is a massive difference. So let's start with even just the body itself. The body is like they're both aluminum, I think. This feel like more of a porcelain. This doesn't really feel like aluminum. It might be painted porcelain or painted steel. I'm not 100% on that, but just the weight difference is you can tell even just from the weight difference, is a lot worse quality. The inside, even you see the inside of how that's just painted in there. You look at the inside of G5 housing, that's like much better, just super clean, just like a real headlight housing. Whereas this just looks like it's just been painted in. It's not as glossy, if that makes any sense. It might not be a big deal, but to me, I could just say, I feel like that's going to put out way more lighting output. It looks like it's made for headlights, made for putting out light. And this one's just painted just to make it, it's just painted to be glossy, just to put out something. But it's a massive difference, though, for sure. You can't probably see it on a picture, but it's definitely different. Of course, I think this is a projector. It is made for a H1 bulb, but nah, it's just this is so much better quality. So tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead, I'm calling it a night 'cause I'm tired. I'm gonna go ahead and drill some holes into the housing and just get that tight on there. Just see what it looks like, make sure it's pretty level. And then I'm gonna put the housing back on and then see if it actually fits under the housing. This does not fit in here. You see that right there? So what we have to do is we have to Dremel out. Not only got to Dremel out, put that back down. Not only do we have to Dremel out these notches here for them little notches on the back of the projector, but we also got to, it's a, back here, you got a little, it's got a little notch right there. You're gonna have to notch out a slit right here too, so that can sit in there. So these two holes here these mount right up to the ballast. I did my other headlight, so these mount right up. So I have to make it fit here so it can be level. So let's get started on it.
All right, so it's not the prettiest, but you can see pretty much. I gotta clean it up a little bit, but I notched out that all the way out to there. I had to knock a lot off, so you gotta knock out damn near to the edge here, but be careful because this is the main, this is what holds the light up, the bulb in. So if you go too much, you're gonna mess with the integrity. You gotta notch this out to here on this side, and then you also gotta notch that, as I said, notch that bottom out for that little notch at the bottom. And then, but you also, if you're going to use this, optional. So this comes with a Bi-Xenon shutter. If you want to use a shutter, there is a connector on the back that you got to notch that out so you can get that to fit in there flush. So I'll show y'all once it's installed. All right, I decided to be a little more precise. So what you can do is get you a dial caliper and just measure the distance between that and that. So it's almost damn near 10 millimeters, 9.89. Because this is the stock. So this is how you kind of know. So stock would be just about 10 millimeters. So what you want to do with 10.16, so you want to get that to match up here and here. You see right now I'm at 9.88 and 9.88 right here. So these are actually level, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna loosen this one out to 10.1, 10.1. That one's already good because that's the stock screw, so it's very precise now. So if I get that, see, that's about just right, just about where it's supposed to be, like right there, 10.3. And then on this side, we still gotta adjust that one. So if you're doing this on any headlight, this is a good way to do it. If you got a stock stub, you mount it to one stub, use that stub to know the distance as your constant. Then you go around on the top ones to make sure those are even. So I'm gonna do this on my other headlight when I get back home to make sure I got everything perfect. So when I put them in, I know at least I got this leveled out perfectly. All right, so got it figured out. I use a 1/4-20 and a 10/32 nut. This put me right at 10.4 millimeters, which is only about probably a decimeter. I probably didn't say that right. Ignore me, but probably like a 1/10 of a millimeter off. And I don't think it's gonna throw it off too much. So I got this damn near perfectly level, and it's tight. It ain't gonna vibrate around. So I'm gonna call this one good. I cleaned it up. Last thing I gotta do is wire up the shutter to the high beam circuit. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so y'all can see these are the headlights here with them off. You can see the honeycomb right there, honeycomb design. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them on. All right, so this is the headlights here. My headlights are kind of dirty, but you can see the honeycomb etched HID. G5-R ballast. That's the stock ballast that came with them. New lenses. So I want to show y'all this. This is the other side again.